The power of visualizing. Just the inner spirit letting you know what you truly want. The inner energy, the inner emotion that's behind what your desires is, right? And whenever people when it comes into wanting things in their life, you know, usually they don't believe they can attain that. They don't believe what they see, what they imagine themselves in the situation. They don't really provide themselves and put it into their own reality, right? And just simply the power of visualizing, it's so important because the essence behind it, it's the power itself, the power of visualizing, the power of actually seeing yourself in a third point view, in a perspective. Well, everything that you want to attain in your life has come into and in reality, right? And so you have to come to understanding that every time you do visualize something, you imagine yourself, you see it in your own head, you create situations and you overthink these like concepts of that you create in your own mind are just thoughts, right? Are just thoughts. And they're also signs. Signs that are provided from your own perspective in your own brain pattern that have been programmed to think about that specific vision, right? So what I'm trying to say is that certain things that you see yourself attaining, certain things that you want to get, certain things that you want to desire, is that you already have attained that. Just the fact that you want it, just the fact that you want to get it, just the fact that you want to, just have the desire, is simply because you already have it. Why do we have such a thing? It's because you already have it in your own thoughts. You already have energy based around it, right? And okay, so just because I have it in my mind doesn't mean I have it in physical. Well, obviously you're gonna have it in physical because it's just the way you see it, the way you examine yourself on that perspective or on that concept when it comes to you getting that car, getting that house, whatever your desire is, right? So I feel like even when you have nothing, you have to just assume and act that it's gonna come to you. Assume the fact that you already have it. Assume the fact that you already have it. No matter what your situation is, your circumstances, imagine yourself that you already have attained on your desires, on the thing that you have visualized, right? So why should I fake it? Why should I imagine myself getting that? It's not faking it. It's just the matter of yourself, your self concept, the way you see life, the way you see yourself is automatically gonna bring an emotional state out of you that you're gonna attract that position into you, right? So what I'm trying to say is it's not such thing as being fake. If faking it, it's acting like as if it's not real, right? As if it wasn't real. But now it's a different sense. It is real. You do have it here. You are expected to receive this. It's just spacious time is gonna let it come to you in the right time, right? So even when it comes into the hard stuff, the hard situations, you have to be aware that all these desires that you want in your own environment are in you, right? And the thing is that you have to be that person, be in that emotional state every day, believing that this thing, this car, it's on my driveway right now. This car, I drive it every morning. This car, a lot of people compliment me for my car. I post it on social media. You know, I go and take it on the drive every once in a while, right? This is the car that I always loved, right? This is my dream car that I always imagined myself, and it's right now in my garage. So frequently, you're just like aware of this car. Consciously of this car is just there. The image is in your mind, and that image is gonna be represented into your own reality, because what you're bringing up to the table is such positivity thoughts. It's just positivity situations, right? It's kind of like, think about it like this. It's kind of when you overthinking such scenario, and that overthinking scenario is already happened because of what you were creating in your own reality, right? But now it's just the opposite. Now your desire, let's say for example about the car situation, you're thinking about it so much, you're putting so much positive energy, you're assuming the fact that it's there, you're imagining yourself driving it, you're imagining yourself in the morning, you're acting and assuming the fact like it's just there, right? And your emotional state, your person that you're becoming, just because converting those thoughts, it's gonna bring so much abundance, so much wealth into you, because of what you want or what you have gained is already there, right? And particularly, right, when it comes into this, like, into your own environment, right? Telling all these people, hey, like, I have my dream car already, right? You're telling all these people, and at the end of the day, like, a lot of people are always gonna trying to present their own beliefs on it, right? So whenever you're talking about your dream car, your desires, or your dream, like, a success career, a lot of people are gonna bring it down. A lot of people are gonna tend to talk down on it, and that is exactly why you need to start visualizing, start believing on it, right? Because you don't want to believe on the limited beliefs. You want to believe on the part on the belief, right? And it's gonna come to a sense where, some people are not gonna understand your perspective. Some people don't even know what visualizing is. A lot of people don't understand how it works, right? And simply enough, it's okay, right? Simply enough, just stay on your part, stay on the board. Don't pass to another board. Stay in your board, stay in your conscious, stay in your space, and keep believing every day, right? And it's gonna come to a point where, life is gonna hit you, circumstances are gonna hit you. You're gonna start having like this sense of like, wow, like, you know what, I don't, like, this is tiring, this is like, like, nothing is happening, nothing is coming. And whenever you start having like this, like, opposite thoughts, now you're starting to like have a different perspective, like, coming on the situation, where you're like, you know what, nothing is coming on my way, like, I'm doing this, I'm putting myself out there, I'm believing, I'm being positive, I'm assuming nothing is coming. And that's because you're chasing for it, man. You're supposed to just seem like it's there. There's no such thing as imagining it and it's just automatically there, right? You have to use the power of imagination, right? At the end of the day, even if you were to be rich, even if you were to act to be rich, you have to go through the path. You have to unlock that. You have to go through the pathway to unlock those thoughts, to unlock that reality on it, right? But what I'm saying is that when you're imagining and you're putting this like overlooking scenario for yourself, and you put it into a real reality, it's really like in a much more easier sense for you. It's in a much more belief. Now nobody can present any negative beliefs. Now you cannot, disbelieve yourself, put yourself in the hole, because you're putting yourself at ready and an advantage by imagining that it's there, right? And just because you don't see no changes, you don't see any difference, that shouldn't be the case. That just means that you're automatically chasing for it. You're automatically acting like it's not gonna be there, right? You're focusing on the wrong instead of focusing on the right. And so that is when you have to put yourself back in a position where, okay, this is still gonna be my car. I have to be patient, you know? You have to be patient. That's just how it works, simply how it works, right? And no negative blocks. You have to like stop tolerating negativity. No matter what, stop tolerating negativity. Even when it comes to yourself, even if it's not your family, it could come from yourself, and you have to absolutely just break the boundary, right? And it's gonna be there all along. Your desires are there all along. They're just there, right? But also, you have to learn how to take action, right? You can't just assume the fact that your car is just gonna come to you in a random way. No, you have to take action. You have to do the things that you're supposed to do in order for you to get there. Even if it's the hardest, struggling thing ever, hey, it's for yourself. It's prioritizing your future, man. But yeah, that's the power of visualization. Let's leave the Fredo domain expansion with a new game and let's implement into the real world. Let's get it.